Terminator run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock. Or maybe
This team is destined.
Hey, man, I was worried coming into this football game for a lot of different reasons. And everything that I thought was going to happen happened, especially in the second half of the football game. Your offense kind of was like the conservative play calling once again. Saquon Barkley really non-existent. So what I'm not going to do, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to overreact to this one. I know it was hot. The way that they played in the first half of the game was great. They played a great brand of football. It was amazing to see. It was amazing to watch. But the way that they played in the second half, my opinion of Kevin Patullo still hasn't changed. I still think he absolutely sucks. Patullo stinks at his job. But your defense buckled down, won you a football game once again. Once again, your Eagles defense, Fangio, a great game plan. We'll get into that later into the show, of course, when it comes to the defense and the way Fangio schemed everything out and the way that they played, because I think this defense could be this defense is great, but this defense could be so much better if they were able to generate consistent pass rush. If they're able to consistently put pressure on the quarterback, this Eagles defense would be absolutely amazing. And so that's a lot that we're going to get into, of course, into this offense. And, just, again, a great game plan offensively in the first half. I don't know if it was Patullo calling the plays in the first half. I mean, again, it feels just like a Rams – that Rams game, again, just flipped it. You know what I mean? Just flipped over. Like, remember the Rams game in the first half? They looked terrible. Second half, they were great. And the first half, this game, they were amazing. And now in the second half, they were terrible. So if that's got to change, right? And I've been saying that for weeks now. I've been saying that all year. This Eagles offense needs to find its groove. It needs to find, anything. Because remember, that first half, they were giving the ball to Dallas Goedert. They were using Goddard. They were using Grant Calcaterra. They were using Devontae Smith. I don't even think in the second half they tried to give the ball to Devontae Smith. I don't even know if they tried to. We'll get into A.J. Brown, of course, and his mishaps and his disastrous play of football. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to call into the show, 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. We'll take a phone call here. We'll go to Vince in South Jersey. What's up, Vince?
What a game. Eagles moved to 4-0, but offense was not looking pretty today. I could just say that much. And the pass rush was not looking very good either. It was just a hard-fought win, a gritty win, just like usual. But, I wish we could just hold on to a lead and continue to score.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, the first half was great. I thought they did a great job. And, again, I don't – like, the offense in the first half looked so good. I don't even know if it was Patullo. I'm sure it was Patullo, right? But I don't know why this team, like, when they're in a position – they were blowing them out. They're absolutely blowing them out. And then I don't know why, but they do this all the time. They just take their foot off the gas and they don't keep going. That can't happen. When you have a lead like that and against an elite quarterback, I call Baker Mayfield pretty elite, and who is a great pocket quarterback. You're getting no pressure on him in the first place, and he's going to sit in the pocket and he's going to pick you apart. And he did that in the second half, and you're lucky that your defense buckled down and was able to win you that football game, because there was just a zip from the offense in the second half.
Yeah, the problem is, we could only stop advancing the ball so much, We could only go so far with our foot on the gas, and then we can't run the ball, and we can't even take the foot off the gas, so we have to continue passing. And the second half, the Buccaneers had a coverage for all of us. I mean, A.J. Brown was sheltered. Devontae Smith was sheltered. Dallas Goedert nowhere to be seen in that second half. So, we try to take the foot off the gas, but Saquon isn't doing anything. They stacked the box, and Saquon had a very terrible game. He
did.
15 yards until the last couple of runs. So, we really have to look to get Saquon going. And it's a part of the play calling as well, because when you pay a guy like Dickerson and Jordan Mailata and Cam Jurgens, who are very athletic guards, centers, and tackles, you have to run behind them. And when Lane Johnson is out, you can't run to that right side. So we got to run to the left, and we just don't do that. We run inside zones all game long, and it gets destroyed every single time.
Well, it's just so predictable. Like when they want to run the football, it's so predictable where they're going to go, how they're going to do it, who they're going to run behind. I don't know why you don't go and try and run behind Jordan Mailata, who's 6'8". I mean, the dude's huge, and you're not running behind him. You're just consistently going to the Lane Johnson side, which is fine. But when you're doing that every single run play that you do, teams are going to – and when the box is stacked like it is every game now, because they want to blitz Jalen. I want to obviously stop Saquon Barkley, but they want to blitz Jalen and make him, really makes a big play. You have to scheme up something different. And the fact they didn't scheme up anything is crazy. But I do agree with you. Barkley has not looked great, but I don't fully blame it on Barkley. I just think the play call on to set Barkley up hasn't been great, but he really has not been that good.
No, I agree with you. And then you look at the fourth quarter and you look at the drives, and we're force feeding A.J. Brown the ball when he's running the same hitch route behind the first down marker 3 consecutive times, and it gets broken up all 3 times. So he's got to be better on his routes, but also the play calling has been horrendous in that second half. And, even on an out route to A.J. Brown in that fourth quarter, which I vividly remember, we're force-feeding A.J. the ball because I'm sure he's complaining that he only has 7 yards at halftime. So it's I get it. You're a superstar receiver. You should get the ball. But, also when you're getting locked like that, I mean, what are you supposed to do? But the play calling has been terrible. The first half, I liked how they used motion. Yeah. They used John Mechie in the motion a lot. They, they did a lot of good things in that first half. They got Goddard open. They had a lot of guys running across the middle, which I liked a lot.
Right.
But that second half, completely different play calling, and it really changed the game.
Yeah.
And another thing that changed the game was that defense, too, because the defense played exceptional. Quinyon played great. Zach Baum played great. Everyone played great. I just thought that the execution of the pass rushers not being able to get to the quarterback really held us back. But ultimately, they did really well to end that game. So,
yeah. Well, thank you for the phone call, Vince. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the phone call. I think he brings up a lot of great points, and I think a lot of Eagles fans feel that same way. It's just, you looked so great in the first half. You looked so great in the first half, and then in the second half, you kind of got away from what worked well for you. You got away from, getting Mechie involved, getting Goddard involved, right? You got away from all that. And granted, the Buccaneers defense had a great game plan in the second half. They looked great in the second half, the Bucs defense. But on Vince's point back there, it's almost like, I'm going to rip into A.J. Brown soon enough because I'm getting kind of fed up with this guy. I really am. But as much as A.J. Brown is sitting there and he's getting stuffed, right? He's not doing great things. He's getting guarded heavily, and, it's hard to get going. But it's also like he's not even really trying out there. When I watch A.J. Brown, it really looks like he's not even remotely trying. It looks like he could give 2 shits. He doesn't care. That's when I watch A.J. Brown, it looks like he just goes through the motions, doesn't really, do everything that he's capable of. And that's the bad thing about A.J. Brown. He's got to be better. He's got to be consistently better. This offense is greatly won. Yeah, whatever, great. But sooner or later, the way that you play offense, the way that you can't consistently play offense, it's going to hurt you in the long run. It really, really is. It's going to catch up to you at some point. Let's go to Alex in Nebraska. What's up, Alex?
Yo, Braun,
What's
what's
up,
up?
bro?
Nothing. I just wanted to say a few things. Um, I don't even know where I begin on this offense. It's, it's like two different people are calling our offense. I really think we got two different offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Uh, we go back to last week against the Rams. First half compared to the second half, two different offenses. This game today, two different offenses. What's up with these play callings?
I don't. It's so bad. And I said this last week. I was like, hey, in that second half, I thought another coach was calling the plays. I really did. But and when I came into this game and I saw that the offense played great in the first half, I was like, okay, and maybe Patullo took some pointers, whatever. And I was like, okay, we're going to really build on our first half here in the second half. And I don't know what happened. It looked like a complete, utter disaster. They couldn't get anything going. Jalen Hurts was 0 for 8 passing. And they literally tried to spoon feed A.J. Brown because he's just a crybaby. And he was going to complain the entire week about not getting the ball thrown to him. So they tried to spoon feed A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts goes 0 for 8 passing in the second half. Saquon Barkley couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. And I do agree with you. I really do believe another coach or somebody, Jalen, Sirianni, somebody else is calling the plays and then Patullo.
Yeah, we got Denver next week. Denver's defense is, pretty good.
They're good. They're
Yeah,
good.
if the offense plays like they did today in the second half, the final score might be 14-10. It seriously might be like a 14-10 game
Well, I'm
because
really
our
not to cut you off, Alex, but I'm really thinking about this because you continue to think about everything, right? You could have lost to Dallas. CeeDee Lamb catches those passes. You could have lost to Dallas. We didn't have that rain delay, and we could have lost to Dallas. We could have lost to the Chiefs if the Chiefs were fully healthy, fully capable. They could have beaten you too. You only beat them by 3. Then last week you play the Rams. You should have gotten blown out by the Rams. You really should have gotten blown out by the Rams. Really should have gotten it. And you came back. Fortunately, you came back. You were able to take care of business. You got lucky with the blocked field goals and everything. Great. This week, you have a great offensive game plan. You put up 31 points, but something's missing. And again, the Bucks almost came back. So I'm looking at 4 games where you could have lost all 4 because your offense doesn't know how to keep their foot on the gas and just put teams away. Alex, I remember talking to you last year on the phone line again, and it was, hey, I don't know why this team cannot keep their foot on the gas. They have every opportunity to put teams away, keep their foot on the gas, put teams away, put them to bed, make them die. And again, you're seeing it again this year. The Eagles have a lead. Then they were like, oh, well, we don't want to be aggressive anymore. We just want to stay and be complacent and play conservative. And we're not going to put teams away. That's not going to work in the NFL.
Yeah, well, you look back to the was it the 22-23 season with that collapse?
Yeah, that was 20.
It's that we were 11-1, but really those 11 wins were shaky wins. It's like this year. When are the wheels going to come off the bus? When is it going to happen? Because we're not going to continue to win games like this. I'll tell you right now.
You can't.
We're not going to continue to winning like this.
You literally can't afford to. Yeah.
We've pretty much won back-to-back games on a blocked punt and field goal.
Absolutely.
If you think about it, that we've won the last 2 games on special teams, and we're not going to have a blocked punt or field goal every game. So they got to figure it out fast.
Right. And I fully agree, man. I really, really do. Like this is, and I've been saying this for weeks. Like it's not sustainable to win football games like this. You can't win games consistently playing like you do offensively. Again, I think your special teams has won you games. I think your defense has won you games, which is all fine and dandy and wonderful. But when is your offense going to win you a game? Because last week, people say, oh, well, the offense won you the game, blah, 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 blah. Well, did they really, though? Did they really? Because we could have lost that game.
I agree.
We could have lost that
and
game.
It's tough on the defense when the offense goes 3 and out 6 times in a row.
Right. It's so tough on the defense. You got 300, 400-pound dudes on the defensive line. It's 120 degrees on the field out there, and offense goes 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and Baker's charging down the field and making you put pressure on him, he's literally making you play better defensively. And I'm not throwing any shade at the defense because I thought the defense played great. Not great, but I thought they played very well. And, and they have all year. They played very, very well defensively, and they've won you football games. But again, when is this offense going to help the defense out? Because the defense continues to help out the offense. And you're going, at some point, the wheels are going to fall off. Like the way that you're winning right now, it's great. Yeah, it's great to stack up wins, but the wheels at some point are going to fall off because this is not a sustainable way to win games.
Yeah, well, if you look back at the the collapse year 22-23,
yeah,
you look at that team. Sure, the defense wasn't great. There were obviously weaknesses in that team on offense and defense. Both sides of the ball had their own issues.
Right.
But you're looking at this team. This is a much better team. There's really no weaknesses besides edge rusher. And you're like, what is it the weakness here? Why are we winning games like this? Why are we letting Tampa Bay come down the second half? Why are we a new team? It's last 2 years ago. You could blame it on, it's, the players, it's the team, but you can't really blame it on the team this year. It's all on coaching. We got the players.
Yeah.
It's coaching.
I agree. I really do. I think Fangio's been great. I think Sirianni has been pretty good, even though I haven't liked some of his, game management decisions. Not this game, but I'm talking throughout the entire season so far. But what I'm really continuing to think about is, this is the exact way they looked last year. This year they're winning the games, right? They're getting lucky and winning the games. Last year, they were just, they didn't look good at all, and they're playing the same brand of football. But this year you don't have a week 5 bye week. You don't have a week 5 bye week where you can kind of get your shit together. You don't have that. This year your bye week's later into the season. I forget what week it is, but it is later into the season. So is it going to take you until the bye week to figure this out? I don't get it. Yeah, it's great we won it. I don't want to be Mr. Negative, but I have to think about reality. I have to think about what we're going to do. I have to think about, is it sustainable? And I really don't believe that this offense, the way that they play day in and day out, is sustainable. I really, really don't. Alex, my friend, you got anything else for me, bro?
No, that's it.
All right.
Thank
you for the phone call, Alex. I greatly appreciate it. You guys want to call into the show, 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. Well, a lot to break down, especially first half was great. Eagles were blowing them out in the first half. Second half, a lot to talk about when it comes to the offense. Your defense, once again, wins you another football game, which is great to see. They play out absolutely outstanding football. Special teams, another good day in the first half. Second half, they were allowing, the Bucks to run down the field and get a little motion going. It is what it is. I thought defense, special teams, I think that for me, defense was an A, and for special teams, I think it was an A-. Basically the same thing. But, I think both of those guys, both of those parts of your team won you the game. And it's great to see, but I still think there's a lot of question marks when it comes to this offense. A lot of question marks when it comes to Patullo and what Patullo ultimately brings to the table. And we'll get into all that and more. You'll be taking your phone call and more Eagles talk here on Broad Street Sports right after this short commercial break. If you're in South Philly and hungry, you need to check out Steak 'em Up on 11th and Shunk. They've got it all. Breakfast sandwiches, breakfast pizza, hoagies, classic cheesesteaks, fresh pizzas, and more. Everything's made and packed with flavor any time of the day. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and see why locals keep coming back for more. Steak 'em Up, where South Philly comes to eat. Looking for a real Italian bite? Cafe Merlino at 6 Shoppers Lane in Turnersville, New Jersey has you covered. fresh cutlet sandwiches, classic hoagies, and hearty pasta dishes, all made with care and the flavor you crave. Whether it's lunch or dinner or just a quick bite, every meal is packed with fresh ingredients and a bold taste. Stop by Cafe Merlino today and see why they're taking South Jersey and the Philly area by storm. Ride in style with Wagner Luxury Limo out of Swedesboro, New Jersey. Whether it's a ride to the game, an airport run, or a special night out, Wagner Luxury Limo gets you there safely and comfortably. Professional drivers, luxury vehicles, and a service you can count on. Book your ride today and arrive like a VIP. Visit online or call 856-481-8020. When it comes to tree work, Jason Pillar Tree Specialist in Galloway, New Jersey has you covered. From tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, they get the job done quickly, safely, and at a price you can trust. Keep your property looking at its best and protect your home with the pros at Jason Pillar Tree Specialist. Call today for your free estimate at 609-965-8003. That's 609-965-8003. And make sure you tell them Broad Street Sports sent you. Welcome back in. Eagles postgame show here on Broad Street Sports. Welcome back in, taking your phone calls and more. Lot to talk about, lot to break down when it comes to this when it comes down to the defense. I mean, really, the offense, honestly. The offense. Second half offense, not good. Welcome back in, everybody, to Broad Street Sports. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go to my main man, Herb. What's up, Herb?
What's happening, Mr. Ryan? What's going on?
What up, Herb? How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, it was a defensive game with a lot of turnovers. We got the turnover battle, so,
Yeah.
it was, I think these guys, the Heat, caught up with them in the second half.
I do, too. That's something I was thinking.
Lane Johnson wasn't in. It seems like when Lane Johnson's in there and he's healthy, things move pretty good. But I don't know. A.J. Brown wasn't really catching the ball today. There was a few throws that went down the sideline out of bounds, and it's we still got a lot of work to do. This team, they still – they ran the ball a few times and got like 7, 8 yards, 10 yards. They got a few when they needed them, but I still think there's more work that has to be done in practice.
Absolutely. I really just think I think offensively, because again, I think in the first half you looked great. And yeah, I mean, without Lane Johnson, it is a different football team, but not having him in there, shouldn't affect you that much. Yeah, I think it may change the way that you run the football, and may change a little bit of what you do, but it shouldn't change your entire offense. Like, just because Lane Johnson's out of the football game doesn't mean you have to immediately shut everything down, go into like lockdown, and just play conservative offense. Like, you can't do that. And on your A.J. Brown point, again, Jalen Hurts goes 0 for 8 in the second half passing, and they literally tried to spoon feed A.J. Brown receptions. And when I was watching A.J. Brown, he was getting locked up. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, he's supposed to try to get open. Whether you're getting locked up or not, you're supposed to be fighting to get open, fighting to get the ball. And when I watch him, and not just in this game, but throughout the entire season, it looks like he could care less out there. It looks like he looks like he's just going through the motions. Oh, well, I'll do this. I seen the one play they tried to run a screen, or and he was one of like the lead blockers, one of the receiving blockers, and he was. I'll post a clip on social media. He was like jogging to go and block, and it's like, dude, you got to be better, man. You have to be better.
Yeah. The way the game was starting, I thought they were going to put up 40 plus, but they just let Tampa Bay, they just let them come back, and they made a game out of it right to the last minute, but we got Denver next week, and Denver's a much improved team, and
They're
we're gonna
good.
have to really be on our P's and Q's next week. Everything's got to work. I did
They're a good
like
team. Yeah.
the fake. I when they tush push at the goal line, and they faked it, and gave it to Saquon, and he ran it in. The whole stadium was probably laughing. All the Eagle fans were probably laughing, because that was like whoever thought that they would do that play, and I think I'd like to see that more. Left side, right side.
Yeah, no,
A
I agree. I
lot of
thought that was
teams are. Yeah, I thought that. Uh, but
Herb, I
yeah,
know
like
you're
I said, Goddard. They gotta have Goddard. Goddard's got to be in there. They threw one ball to Calatari or whatever, Calatara. But as you make up with, did you talk to those guys we were talking about, or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. No,
They're not-
I texted the one guy. I'll text you after I'm done the show, Herb, with that. But Herb,
Yeah, no
let me ask you. I know you're a
yeah,
big guy about motion and getting guys, moving on the line before
yeah,
pre-snap motion. How'd you like in the first
right,
half with that pre-snap motion, and then the fact that you
yeah,
got away from it, obviously in the second half?
right.
How'd you like that,
Yeah,
Herb?
they got to do that though. 60 minutes of motion, they got to do it. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially when you got three guys, four guys lined up, two on each side. You got them lined up. You got to run motion. I thought they could have ran a lot of more jet sweeps, jet sweeps or any kind of reverse or whatever. They should have put in some more trick plays because they weren't getting. Saquon wasn't getting no yards. There was a few times when he lost yards. It was like first and goal, 1st and 10, and then went to 2nd and 12, and they were fighting. This was in the second half. It was. I've been down there to Tampa when it's been hot, and I played baseball, and I was at the old stadium, which is where this new stadium is, because Al Lopez Field. I was on that field shagging for the Chicago White Sox. Had a team down there years
okay,
ago.
yeah.
The Tampa Tarpons, they were called. But it was hot. It's hot. It gets hot down there. Florida, man, it stuff's like 100 plus, and you
No,
don't expect it. But it was
yeah.
they were smart going down. My friend says he thought they should have went down on Wednesday.
Yeah,
And
no, I
but
mean, because remember,
so
they said that they were going down on Friday to try and get acclimated to the heat, which kind of sounds stupid because
right,
you can't get acclimated to the heat in a day, 2 days.
yeah, it
If you're
takes a
going to
few
do
days.
that,
It
you
takes
should have
like
went down a couple of
yeah,
days before, maybe. But I thought, I mean, it is what it
yeah.
is. I mean, they did win the game, but there definitely is a lot to clean up. Herb, you got anything else for me, bro?
Nah, not right now. I'm just having my beer. Having my beer. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Enjoying
sir.
it.
All right, Herb. I'll talk to you
I'll
soon, my
talk to
man.
you. You got it.
See you, Herb. Thank you for the phone call, Herb. You guys want to call into the show, 215-839-8246. That's a number to get in. I just think the offense, not that good. Second half, got to be better, got to be consistently grooving and moving throughout the entire game. Like Herb said, you have to be first play, first snap to the final snap of the football game. Has to be smash mouth, motion, getting guys moving, getting guys grooving. That's the way it's got to be. That's the exact way that it's got to be. Here's something I'll say for you. Well, defensively. I think Kelly Ringo won his job back. Remember, Keely Ringo lost his job in training camp to Adoree Jackson. It is what it is. But I think today, in the way that Adoree Jackson's been playing throughout the entire season so far, I think Keely Ringo played a pretty good game. I think he looked good. I mean, he wasn't great, but he definitely looked good. And I think the way that Adoree Jackson's been playing and just the lack of good production in cornerback too, I think Keely Ringo has won his job back at cornerback too. I think that you have to go with Keely Ringo in that situation. I think you have to start him there. I thought my main man, Quinyon Mitchell, played great. But I will say again, Keely Ringo, I really firmly believe, won his job back today. He did. Another thing defensively I want to touch on. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis continues to look absolutely amazing. He looks great. He looks so good. And I had worries coming into the game. Like, yeah, I know Jordan Davis lost weight and he's, in shape now. But can he handle the heat? Can he play 4 quarters of good competitive football in the heat? And I'll tell you what, in the third quarter, I'm seeing him chase down Baker Mayfield out of bounds and then makes Baker throw the football in the coverage. It looked great. Jordan Davis has been a huge part of this defense and this team throughout the entire year. He was huge last week. And I have my doubts coming in. Is he going to be able to handle the heat? How's he going to play, the whole 9 yards? Can he keep it up? Well, he did. And the one play that really stands out to me is when he chased Mayfield out of bounds, almost out of bounds, right before you get out of bounds, and it forces Mayfield to throw the ball. And then ultimately, I forget who it was, maybe Quinyon passed the ball away, which was great. So, Jordan Davis continues to look good, continues to impress. Amazing. I love to see it. I really do. I absolutely love to see it. And again, just defensively, I think defensively they need to get more pressure. I think defensively they look really, really good, and they have throughout the entire year. They've looked good, but you imagine how good this Eagles defense could be if they were consistently able to get pressure. If they were consistently able to put pressure when the quarterback. Remember, the Bucks have a banged up offensive line. So you have to be able to generate pressure. I know you don't have Nolan Smith right now, and your pass rush, even with Nolan Smith, wasn't great, but you still need to be able to get to the quarterback. Jalen Carter has to be existent because right now he's been non-existent, right? So that's it. That's that when it comes to that. That's that. But imagine how good this defense could really be if they were able to get consistently good pressure on teams, on their quarterbacks. Make them throw. That's all I can say. So, again, I'm happy we won. I think it's great. It's wonderful. 4-0. It's a very happy place to be. But there's a lot to clean up, a lot to work on. You could have a couple losses sprinkled in. I'm not super happy with the way they played in the second half. Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy with the way they played in the second half. But the world is not crumbling. It's not falling in. But, again, it's another thing they have to work on, have to do, and that's that, man. That is that. But thank you guys all for tuning in to the Broad Street Sports Eagles post-game show. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Another game, another win, 4-0. Phillies postseason baseball on its way. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys ever want to call into the show, save the number on your phone, 215-839-8246. Again, the anytime hotline for live calls and voicemails is 215-839-8246. The number is going past me on the screen right now. And remember, make sure you guys check out our sponsors, Cafe Merlino at 6 Shoppers Lane in Turnersville, New Jersey. Stake them up in South Philly on 11th and Shunk. And Jason Pillis, tree specialist in South Jersey and Galloway. And Wagner Luxury Limo out of Sweetsboro, New Jersey. Make sure you guys check them out and tell them Broad Street Sports sent you. But I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I will see you all later. Harper has been absolutely insane.
I'm ready to run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock, or maybe some
This team is destined